In a previous video I said about being somewhat restricted with space in the greenhouse, and I ended up knocking seeds all over the place, as you've seen, because of me being a bit tight on room. It's looking a bit better in here now because of the fact that onions have gone out for a start off and sweet peas are outside. But I just thought I'll spin you round and show you what's about, where basically where to put the camera when I'm filming. So I'll apologise for any shaky camera work because I'm holding the camera now just in my hand. But as I say, I'll spin you around and I'll show you what's what. Right, as you can see, we'll start that far corner there. That all along there, well, actually where these two trays are here, there was onions in there and sweet peas. They've gone. That tray there is that tray of, let me put you a bit closer. That's that tray of seeds that I'd saved myself and was unsure whether they were zinnias or cosmos. Well, I think we can safely say that they are cosmos, because that's a tray of cosmos, or a pot, and that's a pot. So you can see, so there's no problem there with regards those. Coming down this way here, there is some pumpkins, jack-o'-lantern. There's the last of my sweet peas there, Elder's Mix. They're doing quite nicely. There's some aqualegus there, and this is the last of the onions that I think I'm going to put them out, but I'm going to treat them as spring onions, I think, when I eat them. There's a solitary sunflower. There's some more in the house. That's a variety called High Hopes. Then there's my sweet corn, which is just starting, odd one or two starting to come up. And then down there, two trays there, they've got some marigolds, and that one is the smaller nasturtiums. And working our way back along and ignoring the legs of the camera tripod, there's some beetroot there, bolt hardy. There's some more here with also the odd you can see the odd leaf, as the odd salad leaf has got in there. I think that might be Drunken Woman. I've never had that happen before. Spring onions, a few more zinnias. This is some Swiss chard, bright lights in there. Now, in a previous video I said these were calendula. Well, they're not. They're convolvulus, royal ensign. I thought they were calendula. I mean, it begins with a C, you know, it's close. So behind them is some more spring onions. Next to that is a butternut squash that my wife bought when we were out at a garden centre. She informed me while we were out and about that she'd like to try butternut squash, you know, grow one. And so she said, oh, I'll buy a plant. And she's also responsible for these, which I need to have a look at because I've forgotten the name of them. Magnolia, little magnolia bushes. Now they're going to go out into individual pots in the garden, and they're going out soon. At the back again, some flowers that my wife, I forgot the name of them now, my wife bought those. But that gives you some idea of the sort of, if I move this back a bit as he backs into the door, but it gives you some idea of what's what. There's that solitary sweet corn from the last batch, and there's another sunflower again. I think that's High Hopes, and this is what I'd got them seeds on when I then turned round and knocked them off with my fat ass. But that's what I'm sort of I contend with at the moment. I'll show you the other greenhouse now. I'll take you in there and show you what's happening in there with stuff. Well, here we are in the silver greenhouse. There's quite a few potatoes amongst other things in here at the moment, but I'll give you a bit of a whiz round and show you. I'll start with the potatoes. Down there, all the way along here, and as you can see in flower is Rocket. There's more flowers coming as we speak. These have been in here. Today is the 15th of May. These were started 7th of March. I've just had a look at the label. I had a look down there at the label. And as I say, they've been in here all that time. And I used to water my potatoes about once a week. Let me spin you around. And I used to do them regardless when they were in a greenhouse like this. I would do them about once a week. Round about the time I started those potatoes off, I watched Tony from UK Here We Grow, and he gave out a little bit of information with regards to watering potatoes in buckets, and I stuck with that. And that means that those there, going by his guidelines, those there have been watered about 3 times. So that's from basically beginning of March right up till now. They've only been watered about 3 times. And the information I'll show you, I've got a tub of potatoes here with only 2 potatoes in, so I can show you what he suggested. These by the way are Sarpomera all along here, but what he said was that's your tub. Get your finger, push it in to the knuckle, pull that out, and if that on the end of your finger is still moist, you don't need to water. And I've gone by that with both of these lots of potatoes in here, and I've got some outside under a cover as well, and I've done it with all of them, and we'll see how we go when it comes to harvesting. But I thought that was brilliant information. That, by the way, I've just put my finger in there, that does feel a bit dry, so I'll give them a bit of a drink. But let's get on to what we've got. I'll show you the little grow frame, what we've got here. Right, I'm going to have to be careful with my feet because in the back there, 2 tubs sunflower called Teddy Bear. I grow them just because I like them. Simple as that. I think they make fantastic, nice little bit of colour. Put them out on the plot and some out in the garden, and can't go wrong. Here we've got some pumpkin called Rocket. They're doing nicely. At the back I've got some butternut squash called Hunter. As I say, when my wife bought that plant, I thought, well, I'm not going to be outdone. I'm not going to buy a plant just, you know, and do that. I'm going to try some from seed. So there we go. There's some there. That tub at the back there, that's zinnias called Jazz. They're doing nicely. This is a bit of parsley, Italian Giant, coming through. And then this, that I started 8th of May, is a bit of coriander. Moving down, that's a second sowing. I've put out some Calabrese. It's Iron Man, same as this, out on the plot, and this is a continuation sowing. The sunflowers out here which need to be moved. I'm trying to think of the variety now. Titan. They need to be moved because they're starting to get up towards here, so I'm going to pop them on. Then at the back there is swede. There's 2 lots of swede. I can't read the labels from here, but I've got 2 lots of swede. And then this, as you can see, is the remnants of the seed tray that I knocked over with my fat ass. But I've managed to do the 2 lots of calendula, and I've basically left everything else as it was. They're the marigolds, and they're coming along quite nicely, so I'm quite pleased. Below here now there's some more oh, I forgot the name of it now. Zinnias. The Cosmos. Oh, some more there. Some lettuce. There's 3 lots. There's some little jam. There's some all year round, and there's some drunken woman. And then in front of that, basically because of the fact that I've had bit poor germination, I used what was left of the seed and just broadcast sown it on here. And I've got purple sprouting broccoli, which is all starting to come through quite nicely, and January King, some winter cabbage. They're doing okay. I've got some more cauliflower here, which is all year round. They can go out. I've already put some out. Dahlias, as you can see here, some of these, that one, and that one I think we can forget about, but all the others have started to sprout and coming good. These are some dahlias I've grown from seed, and they need to be potted on. In the back, down the back there, don't worry, it doesn't stay like this tray that's here, I've put it here just to show you. That's been outside in the cold frame, but I've put it there so I can tell you what they are. But down there is some leeks, Musselburgh. Then I've got leeks again here, got Musselburgh, and I've got Autumn Giant in there. Spinning round to that tray, these are sprouts. These are ready to go out. It's raining as we speak, not much, but it is raining. We've had showers this morning, or we are having showers, but they're sprouts. They're Crispus, Atwood, and Maximus, or is it Maximus? I think it's Maximus in there. There's 6 of each. They're doing okay. They're going to need to go because these leaves are starting to go a bit coloured, and I'm assuming that because they're a bit coloured they are starting to get a bit stressed. And then there's some more beetroot. The variety, let's have a look, it's Bobby Tola de Chogia. Sorry if I pronounce that wrong, but that's how I think it is. And potatoes down this side, as I've said, are Sarpo Mirror. There's 2 in there, the others have got 4 in. As I say, I've just put that tray there just to bring it in here to show you while I spin you round, and I'll spin you round again. Yeah, it's just to see what's what. As you can see, with looking down, with regards even in here, it's a little tight, shall we say. I've got my watering bottles for the seeds and so on, but as you can see, you have to be a bit careful where you're standing. But yeah, that's a bit of an impromptu tour of both of my greenhouses. These potatoes, both sides, need to go out because I've got tomatoes that are, well, if they were on that shelf there, they're going to be up here somewhere. They're going to be a good 15-16 inches tall, so I need to get them out. I have had them outside. Let's spin you around. I have had them outside hardening off, leave them out for a couple of hours or so, then put them back in and what have you. So, but I need to get these out, get my buckets sorted, ready for me tomatoes to go in. Well, you join me in the greenhouse, and it's looking a little bit different than the last time you had a look in here. All the potatoes have gone out. They're all out now. In fact, there's some along the side of the greenhouse there, and then the rest are in other parts of the garden. All been cleared out so that I can get these buckets in for the cucumbers and the tomatoes. All the buckets, these are just normal builder's buckets with holes drilled in the bottom. I think they're about 13 or 14 litres, I'm not sure. The bottles, these are just the flavoured water bottles. These particular ones actually, I think these come from Tesco's. Other varieties are available. The reason I went with these is because of the shape. Perfect shape. Cut the bottom off, drill a hole in what was the top, which now becomes a bottom, put that in, water into there. I know that way then every single plant is getting the same amount of water, and I feed then on the top. And I do the same with the cucumbers. This little grow frame here, this will be coming out. That'll come out in the next few days, so that I can do some peppers at the end here. I'm planning on doing more peppers in the other greenhouse, but I won't be doing so many tomatoes, so it's a bit of a balance between the two. So I'm going to get on now and fill these, plant out the tomatoes and cucumbers, and I'll bring you back, give you a bit of a tour to let you know what varieties I'm growing. Okay, so I've got more or less everything done. I've got one tomato plant to put in, which I'm going to spin you around and show you my process with that. Got something a little bit different I'm doing this year to what I normally do. This side's all done, cucumber in the front there and tomato plants in the rest, all caned. These, once I've done that last one, I'll then get the canes in here and get them sorted. I just want to show you the compost that I'm using. You can see that it's Good Home multi-purpose compost from B&Q. It's a 100 litre bag. These are £8, these bags. Now it's quite fibrous. It's to be honest, it's as if it's sort of as if there's a bit of sand mixed in with it all. As I say, it is fairly fibrous. Only time will tell how good it is. What I also want to show you, if you can see, can you see that there? 100% peat free. So that I didn't know till after I'd bought it, but I'm not bothered. It'll be interesting to see how I go. Last year I did 1 or 2 experiments with various composts and peat free, and to be perfectly honest, I never really noticed a great deal of difference whatsoever with regards plant growth and harvest and so on. So I think it's that typical thing where you pay your money and take your choice, you know, simple as that. So what I'm going to do is spin you round and show you me prepping up the last bucket, getting the last tomato in, and then I'll let you know what I'm growing, varieties and so on. So there we go, there's my last bucket. You see the various holes drilled in the bottom. There's 7 holes drilled in that, and they're all done the same. So what I'm now going to do is this compost, just put so much into the bottom. It says about it being multi-purpose and seed sowing and what have you. As I've said, it's quite fibrous. There does seem to be, it's as if there's wood chip or something been mixed in with it. I don't know. Right, so what I'm doing as well is fish blood and bone. Now I've normally in the past I've added fish blood and bone and pelletised chicken muck. Now this year I've decided not to put the pelletised chicken muck in because I don't really want to generate leafy plants. I don't want a lot. I need the goodness to be in, where's that gone? There we go, I've got my bottle. I need the goodness to go into producing tomatoes. Now I've put that in there. Now what I'm doing now is just a little bit of extra compost where the bottle's going to go, so that will hold that there. Now I'm going to fill it with just the compost. As I say, it's, you know, it's probably not everybody's cup of tea, this compost, but I've used Verve in the past, and I assumed this was going to be the same as the old Verve. Let's get tomato plant out of here. All done in root trainers. Make a bit of a hole. I'm going to put these in, I'm putting them in a little bit deeper than they already are at the moment, only an inch or two. Firm that down, I'll firm all the compost down actually. They'll now all be staked, put the canes in, and then I'll spin you around and give you a bit of a tour as to what varieties I've got where. Well, I've just finished doing all them and the rain's started. Got the sunshine out and it's raining. Unbelievable. We've had all sorts of weather, as I've said before, but still. I'll spin you around now and show you what I'm growing and where. Okay, in there, that cucumber called Perfection. Never grown these before. They produce cucumbers of about I think it's 20 centimeters long. Now I don't know, is a cucumber a fruit or is it a vegetable? I don't know, because technically, am I right in thinking technically tomatoes are fruit as well? Please tell me, because I'm not too sure. You'll also notice the compost looks a little different to the Good Home compost. That's because that's in clover, as is Crimson Crush at the back. I've put that one in clover and the rest are all in that Good Home compost. It's just to see a bit of a comparison, a bit of experimenting, but as I say, all the way up the back there, they're all Crimson Crush. Then these two here are Bacardi. They're the ones I've grown from seed for about the last 3 years, doing from saved seed, named after my dog that died. And then these two SM Sweet Million. Then as we whiz across here, in there is another Perfection cucumber, and that's in the Good Home compost. It gave me a chance to compare how things are growing. Then again, all the way down the back, all the way along, is Crimson Crush, and then at the front here, Sweet Million, these first two, and then these two here are Bacardi. And that's the layout for in here. That frame, that grow house, that will come out, as I've said, come out within the next few days. This stuff to go out there, that swede needs to go out, and there's those lettuce. I need to pot on those pumpkins and the butternut squash. Once that's gone, I'm then going to put some peppers up the end there, and the other greenhouse, the green greenhouse, that is going to have more peppers and tomatoes. It may only have 4 or 5 tomatoes in there. The rest I think will be the peppers. But that's it for this year with regards to tomatoes in this greenhouse. Tomatoes and cucumber. The other greenhouse will have a variety of cucumber called Luxury. I've never grown before, so we'll see how they go. Well, that's it for this one. Thank you all very much for watching. It really is very much appreciated. As you can probably hear, it's raining again. We've had some reasonable weather where I could have got around out on the plot and got things done round there, but obviously I've been trying to get into, the plan was to get the tomatoes sorted because they were getting a little bit leggy and I wanted to get them settled. And it's, you know, what with work as well, it's, you can't do everything, can you? Not in one go. So the forecast isn't very good for this weekend, but we'll see. And if I can get and go around the plot and get stuff done around there, then that's brilliant. I've got some lettuce to go in, some beetroot, sprouts, some swede. They could do with going in. I've got some sunflowers I want to pot on. I've got some butternut squash I want to do the same, and some pumpkins I want to get and pot them on. I'm doing a bit of potting on of stuff now at the moment, get 1 or 2 flowers sorted. But as I've said, thank you very much for watching. Really is very much appreciated. Be good, look after yourselves, look after each other, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra a bit.